Today I will be presenting about the character Loki from the movie Thor. Loki is the adopted son of Odin, brother of Thor. He is known for his intelligence, trickery, and complex personality. Although he appears confident, Loki often struggles internally with his identity, especially after discovering he is actually a frost giant. Throughout the story, we see him trying to balance his desire for power with his need for abs- acceptance and belongings. First, let's look at the nature of the Loki from the movie Thor. Loki is naturally intelligent and strategic. He has strong magical abilities, especially in illusions and sorcery. Being born a frost giant also gives him a natural ability such as resistance to cold, and his personality is naturally charming, manipulative, and clever. Next is nature. Loki was raised in Asgard as a loyal prince, which taught him discipline, diplomacy, and control. Growing up beside Thor shaped his jealousy and insecurity because Thor always seen as the perfect, stronger son. Odin's expectation also pushed Loki to constantly prove himself. This experience slowly influenced his behavior and motivations.
Hi, I'm Sanjeev son of Lady. My ID number is 255 Now I'm going to present about the factors of personality development of the character named Loki from the movie Thor. First, many things contribute to Loki's personality development. His family dynamics plays a huge role, and he often feels he was overshadowed by his brother Thor. It creates a resentment there. And also, when he finds out he was adopted, it triggers a deep identified crisis like, who am I? And also, the ambition he got on the throne shapes him that he won the power. And also, the approval from his family. He wants the approval of his family to get the throne. Overall, Loki was battles between wanting love and control. And then I'm going to present about the social environment that influences Loki. Loki is heavily influenced by the social environment around him. The Asgardian royal court has high expectations, which pushes him towards excellence but also pressures. All this leadership and favoritism influences Loki's emotions and decisions. Loki also struggles with belonging because he comes from the Jotunheim but lives in Asgard. Public's perception affects him too. He is often seen as the lesser prince, which motivates him to prove himself. So that's it for my part.
Hello sir, my name is Arvindraj Padmanathan. I am from batch BLE 9B1. Today I want to present about the presentation of self-talk Goffman. Now I want to talk about the front stage that what Loki shows to other. The first point is calm, confident and witty. Loki often uses a charm and humor to present himself as a composed and in a control, such as during his trial in the dark world or when organ negotiation with the enemies. And the second point is appears to compose and strategic in the tense situation. Example like in the Avengers, even when captured, the act like even several steps ahead, manipulating others and planning to his escape. And the third point is shows charm and intelligence to gain support. Example, Loki convinces the people like the Grandmaster in the Thor of Ragnarok or attempt to manipulate Sylvain in the Loki series through the with the intelligence. And also the fourth point is, and the fourth and the last point is, act like a superior and in control to hide insecurity. His arrogance often the mask deeply self-doubt. He calls himself like a rightful king and Asgard while fearing in the was a truly accept. And next, I want to talk about the backstage, that is his private self. The first point is feels deep pain from being adopted and keep in the dark. Its example is in Thor, he is devastated to learn he is a frost giant, which shatters this sense of identity and fuels his resentment toward Odin. And the next point is Bertel's jealousy toward Thor but still wants his love. Example, despite trying to outshine Thor. Loki deeply cares for him, shows emotional movement Thor near the death in the Thor of the Dark World. And the next point is explains fear being not enough. Its example like Loki constant to need a proof himself, especially to Odin, shows his inner fear being unworthy or second best. And the last point in a backstage, emotional, confused and vulnerable when alone. It's like in the Loki series, he opens about this loneliness and regrets, especially when talking to Sylvie or seeing his own death in a time of loss. And next, I want to talk about the primary agent that influenced Loki the most, family, especially Odin and the Thor. The first point is identity crease in the rooted in a family dynamics. Example, Loki's struggle begins is discovered he was adopted, but this revelation challenge is a place in a Asgard and create emotional instability. And the second point is Odin's secrecy and expectation shape a Loki's worldview. Odin raised him as a Asgardian prince, but never told him the truth. The hidden truth caused Loki to feel a betrayed and fuels his bitterness. And the third point is constant comparison to the influence in his ambition to jealousy. Being compared to the Thor, his whole life makes Loki feel overlooked, pushing him to prove himself or the manipulation and a revelation. And the last point is his desire for approval and resignation drives his action. It's like many of Loki's schemes, like trying to rule a great or impress Thanos, stem for deep need to be in a scene and a very take, especially by Odin. That's all from us. Thank you, sir.